ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
In the case of the nervous system of the human, whatever the principal center which is present, that is said to be as the brain. In nervous system, information processing center is present. Information processing center is present. That is said to be as the brain. Definitely in our nervous system, whatever the information processing center, information analyzing center which is present, that is said to be as the brain. Whatever the brain which is present, this brain is called as the living supercomputer. This is said to be as the living supercomputer. This is also called as the think tank. This is also called as the headquarter of nervous system. Definitely brain which is present in the case of the human, brain which is present in the case of the human nervous system, this is said to be as the living supercomputer, because it is acts as the computer for establishment of memory, for establishment of memory, for analyzing of information, that is acts as the computer. Definitely this kind of the brain is with a specialized lobe for establishment of memory. Definitely in the case of the brain, this is said to be as the cerebrum, that is the big brain. In the case of the brain of the person, whatever the lobe which is present in the cerebrum, this is said to be as the hippocampal lobe. In the case of the cerebrum on ventral side, whatever the lobe which is present, that is said to be as the hippocampal lobe. This is responsible for establishment of memory. This is responsible for establishment of memory. What kind of the memories are established by hippocampal lobe? Two types of memory. One is the short term memory, short-term memory. Second one is the long-term memory. So definitely hippocampal lobe which is present in the cerebrum is responsible for the establishment of memory. What kind of the memory means? One is the short-term memory, second one is the long-term memory. Short-term memory means if that memory is retains only 1 hour or 2 hours, that is said to be as the short-term memory. For example, while we are traveling in a bus, definitely we remember seat number until the completion of the journey only. While we are moving a cinema or while we are watching a cinema, definitely the ticket number may be remember until completion of that movie, until completion of that kind of the cinema only. So that is said to be as the short-term memory. So remembering of ticket number of bus, remembering of ticket number of cinema, is better example for the short term memory. So long term memory means our names, remembering of our name, remembering of our parental names, remembering of our closest relatives names is for a longer period. That is said to be as the long term memory. Definitely we can remember our names, our parents names, our closely relatives names for a longer period throughout our life. That is said to be as the long term memory. So due to any reason, if hippocampal lobe gets degenerated, due to any reason, if this hippocampal lobe becomes non-functional, then person loses the memory. The disease is said to be as the dementia. Dementia means loss of memory is said to be as the dementia. Due to any reason, if hippocampal lobe of the brain becomes non-functional, person loses memory. The disease is said to be as the dementia or the loss of memory. So in that way, this hippocampal lobe is responsible for establishment of memory. It is responsible for the reasoning of memory. So that only it behaves as living supercomputer. Definitely brain acts as the living supercomputer. Because brain is responsible for the establishment of memory. Which part of the brain is responsible means hippocampal lobe which is present in the brain is responsible for establishment of memory. So that only brain is comparable with the living supercomputer. It is said to be as the think tank. Brain is said to be as the think tank. Because in the case of the brain of the person, 100 billions of neurons are present. In the brain of the person, about 100 billion neurons are present. This 100 billions of the neurons are responsible for new thoughts, for analysis of information, for discovery of new aspects. This 100 billions of the neurons which are present in the brain are responsible. So that only this brain is said to be as the think tank. Specifically in the case of the brain, in cerebrum, two lobes are present. This is the one lobe, this is the another lobe. This is said to be as the cerebrum. Each and every lobe is said to be as the cerebral hemisphere. This is the one side of the cerebral hemisphere. This is the another side of the cerebral hemisphere. Between these two sides of the cerebral hemispheres, specialized transverse nerve band is present. That is said to be as the corpus callosum. That is said to be as the corpus callosum. Between the two sides of the cerebral hemispheres of brain, transverse nerve band which is present, but not longitudinal. Transverse nerve band which is present, that is said to be as the corpus callosum. This corpus callosum always achieve coordination between the two sides of the cerebral hemispheres. From time to time, it achieves the coordination between the two sides of the cerebral hemispheres. That is the reason for the thinking. That is the reason for the new thought. Due to that reason, this brain is said to be as the think tank. Definitely between the two sides of the cerebral hemispheres, transverse nerve band which is present, that is said to be as the corpus callosum or colossal commissure. This is also called as the colossal commissure. This colossal commissure or the corpus callosum principally coordinate both sides of the cerebral hemispheres from time to time. That is the reason for the high intellectual capacity. That is the reason for the new thought. That is the reason for the reasoning. So that only definitely this brain is said to be as the think tank. Next to brain is acts as the headquarters of nervous system. Definitely other parts of the body, other systems of our body must be under the control of the brain. Definitely from the brain whatever the information which is gets processed to the other parts of the body, according to that information only they may be in working. So without brain functioning, sustaining of the life is not possible. Definitely if the brain becomes non-functional, immediately person leads to death. So that only brain must be acts as headquarters of our body, headquarters of the nervous system also. Definitely from the brain whatever the message which is sent to the various organs of body, according to that message from the brain they may be in working. By that way only life of the person is in sustaining. Definitely this kind of the brain leads to non-functioning, message from the brain to the various parts of the body stopped here. By that way person is immediately leads to death. So that only brain is said to be as the headquarters of nervous system. Headquarters of nervous system. Again, this kind of the brain functioning, this kind of the brain functioning and abnormalities of the brain can be studied by using a biomedical technology, that is said to be as the fMRI. What is the meaning of the fMRI? Functional magnetic resonance imaging. What is the meaning of the functional MRI? Means functional or fMRI means functional magnetic resonance imaging. That is the MRI scanning. With the help of that kind of the MRI scanning, we can easily trace out if any blood is clotted inside of the brain, if any tumors development may be taken place in the brain of the person. For detecting of various abnormalities in various parts of the brain, what is the biomedical technology which is a lot helpful to us means, that is the functional magnetic resonance imaging. Simply we can call it as the fMRI. Again, in the case of the brain, specifically in the case of the brain, this is said to be as the cerebrum. This cerebrum gets divided into two cerebral hemispheres. This is said to be as the right cerebral hemisphere. This is said to be as the left cerebral hemisphere. This is the left cerebral hemisphere. though two sides of the cerebral hemispheres are look like as identical, though two sides of the cerebral hemispheres of cerebrum are look like as identical, but they perform the different functions of the body. They regulate different body functions. Definitely, cerebral hemispheres always regulate functions of the left side of the organs. Left cerebral hemisphere always regulate functions of the right side of the organs. Definitely, right cerebral hemisphere always regulate functions of the organs of the left side. Again, left cerebral hemisphere always regulate the functions of the organs of right side. Again, in the right-handed people, in the case of the right-handed people, this left cerebral hemisphere is responsible for language processing. Definitely in right-handed people, what is the right-handed people? The people who maybe uses the right hand for various body functions commonly than the left hand, that persons are said to be as the right-handed people. So definitely 90% of the people uses the right hand for the various body functions, means about 90% of the people are the right-handed people. So definitely in the right-handed people, language processing is 100% by left cerebral hemisphere. Means what here? In the right-handed people, language understanding, the meaning of the words of the language understanding is under the control of the left cerebral hemisphere. Means in the right-handed people, right cerebral hemisphere may not be gets involved in language understanding, language analysis. In right-handed people, 100% language analysis, language processing, language understanding is by the left cerebral hemisphere only. But in left-handed people, in left-handed people, 65% of language processing, 65% of language processing by right cerebral hemisphere, left cerebral hemisphere, and 35% of language processing by right cerebral hemisphere. So definitely in the case of the left-handed people, language understanding, language processing is not completely by the left cerebral hemisphere. 65% of the language processing is by the left cerebral hemisphere in left-handed people. 35% of the language processing is by the involvement of the right cerebral hemisphere. Means don't confuse here. In the right-handed people, 100% language analysis, 100% language understanding, is by the involvement of the left cerebral hemisphere only. But in the case of the left-handed people means the people who maybe uses the left hand for various body functions than the right hand, that kind of the people are said to be as the left-handed people. In the left-handed people, 65% of the language processing is by the involvement of the left cerebral hemisphere. Remaining 35% of the language processing is by the involvement of the right cerebral hemisphere. Means definitely in the left-handed people, both the sides of the cerebral hemispheres take part in understanding of language. In understanding of the language, both the sides of the cerebral hemispheres take part in left-handed people. So that only left-handed people can easily understand the language. Left-handed people can easily understand language than the right-handed people. They can fastly understand the meaning of the language. They fastly understand language meaning. Means left-handed people can fastly understand the language meaning than the right-handed people, because in the left-handed people, both the sides of the cerebral hemispheres are involved in understanding of language. Again, in the case of the nervous system, definitely two type of these cells are involved. Definitely nervous system is made up of with nervous tissue. In the nervous tissue, what type of the cells are present means, one is the neurons, second one is the glial cells. Definitely in the case of the nervous system or nervous tissue, two types of the cells are present. One is said to be as the neuron, second one is said to be as the glial cell or associated cells. Glial cells are also called as the associated cells. These are also called as the associated cell. What are the principal differences between the neurons and the glial cell? What are the principal differences means? Definitely neurons are conducting cells. Means definitely neurons are able to conduct the nerve information. These are the conducting cells. Means they able to generate the nerve information. They can able to transmit it to others. So definitely neurons are able to conduct the information. So that only they are said to be as the conducting cell. These are the non-conducting cells. Definitely this kind of the glial cells are not able to conduct information. This kind of the glial cells are not able to generate the action potential or nerve information. So that only they are said to be as the non-conducting cells. Definitely neurons are non-dividing cells. They may not be get so undergoes the division. So that only they are said to be as the non-dividing cell. Glial cells are the dividing cells. Definitely these are the dividing cells. Glial cells continuously undergoes the division. Glial cells continuously undergoes the mitotic divisions to produce daughter cells. So that only these are the dividing cells, these are the non-dividing cells. So in that way neurons which are present, they are the conducting cell. They can able to generate the action potential. They can able to conduct it to the others. So that only they are the conducting cell. Glial cells are the non-conducting cell. Neurons never gets divides. Once if neuron is maturated, once if neuron is differentiated completely, then later this neuron loses its dividing capacity, so that only they are the non-dividing cell, but glial cells continuously undergoes the division. Next, one more important point, definitely in the case of the brain of the person, in the case of the brain of the human, in brain of human, specialized system is present, that is said to be as the limbic system or limbic lobe. So definitely in the case of the human brain, a specialized system is present for regulation of the sexual behavior, that is said to be as the limbic system or the limbic lobe. Then how that kind of the limbic system or limbic lobe gets formed means, just assume this is the cerebrum. This is the cerebrum. In the cerebrum, just assume this is said to be as the hippocampal lobe. This is said to be as the hippocampal lobe. Again, below to that, whatever the structure which is present, that is said to be as the amygdala. That is said to be as the amygdala. This hippocampal lobe along with the amygdala together form the limbic system. Definitely this hippocampal lobe, amygdala which is present on the ventral side of the cerebrum, together constitute a system that is said to be as the limbic system or the limbic lobe. Then what system? What are the functions of limbic system or limbic lobe? Means it regulates emotional expressions either for sad or for happiness or for scaring or for anxiety or for joyful, like that way. It is the center for feelings. It is the center for feeling, means it regulates the emotional expressions. Second, it regulates sexual behavior. It regulates sexual behavior of the person. Again, it is center for motivation. It is center for olfaction. It is center for ANS functioning, regulation. Definitely, what are the functions of the limbic system? Means limbic system regulate emotional expressions, means a feeling of the person. Either it is happiness, either it is joyful, either it is fear, either it is sad, either it is care, whatever it may be. Definitely emotional expressions are under the control of the limbic system of the person. It regulates the sexual behavior of the person. It is the center for motivation. Definitely during the counseling, students are gets motivated. Students are gets motivated to concentrate on your syllabus, then what is the center which is activated during the counseling means that is the limbic system. It is the center for motivation, olfaction, for sense of the smell. For sense of the smell also this center is principally useful. Again, ANS means autonomic nervous system. ANS functioning regulation means autonomic nervous system functions also regulated by this kind of the limbic system. Autonomic nervous system also regulate, autonomic nervous system functions also under the control of limbic system. Very, very important in NEET examination. Functions of the limbic system. It regulates emotional expression, it regulates sexual behavior, it is the center for motivation, it is the center for olfaction, it is the center for regulation of the autonomic nervous system functions. To regulate the autonomic nervous system function, what is the center which is responsible means limbic system. This is the introduction of the nervous system. Again, next to in nervous system of the human, what are the divisions which are present means in nervous system. In nervous system of human, two principal divisions are present at first. Nervous system of the human principally divides into two subdivisions or two divisions at first. One is the central nervous system, that is said to be as the CNS. First central nervous system, that is said to be as the CNS. Second one is the peripheral nervous system, that is the PNS. That is said to be as the PNS, peripheral nervous system. Again, in the case of the central nervous system, what are the portions which are present? In the case of the central nervous system, again, what are the portions which are included means one is brain, second one is the spinal cord. Definitely brain as well as the spinal cord together constitute central nervous system. Again, in the peripheral nervous system, what are the portions which are present means in peripheral nervous system, again nerves are present, cranial nerves as well as the spinal nerves. Somatic nervous system, somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system as well as the somatic nervous systems are included in peripheral nervous system. Again, nerves are of two types: cranial nerves, spinal nerves. Cranial nerves means nerves which are arises from the various parts of brain. Nerves which are arises from the various parts of the brain are said to be as the cranial nerves. They are 12 pairs. Spinal nerves means nerves which are arises from the various parts of the spinal cord. They are said to be as the spinal nerves. They are 31 pairs. Definitely in the case of the human, Cranial nerves are 12 pairs, spinal nerves are 31 pairs. Again, autonomic nervous system is with again two divisions. Autonomic nervous system is again with two subdivisions. One is the sympathetic division. Second one is the parasympathetic division. In the case of the autonomic nervous system, again two divisions are present. One is the sympathetic division, second one is the parasympathetic division. So of this, first one is the central nervous system. Again in the central nervous system, first part is said to be as the brain. This brain is said to be as the living supercomputer. This is said to be as the living supercomputer. This is also called as the think tank. This is also called as the headquarter of nervous system. Definitely whatever the brain which is present, that is said to be as the living supercomputer, because this is responsible for establishment of memory like that of the computer. So that only that is the living supercomputer. It is said to be as the think tank because it is responsible for the new ideas. It is responsible for the creativity. It is responsible for the discovery of new thing. So that only it is said to be as the think tank. It is commonly called as the headquarters of nervous system because it is responsible for the regulation of the functions of other part of the body. It is responsible to regulate the functions of the organs of other area of body. So that only it is said to be as the headquarter of nervous system. Again, definitely this brain is anatomically divided into three distinct regions for our convenience. Again, this brain is principally divides into three distinct zones for our convenience. What are the divisions of brain? Means for our convenience, for easy understanding, this brain is principally categorized into three zones. One is said to be as the forebrain or prosencephalon. Second one is the midbrain or mesencephalon. Last one is the hindbrain or rhombencephalon. So definitely for our convenience only, brain is principally divided into three distinct regions or zones. Definitely again in the forebrain, what are the portions which are present means, again in the forebrain, cerebrum, hypothalamus and thalamus. As per the NCERT concept, in the case of the forebrain, again what are the portions which are present means cerebrum, hypothalamus, again thalamus together constitute the forebrain. Again midbrain, in the midbrain optic lobes. Optic lobes are present. Iter duct is present. Definitely optic lobes are 4 in number. If 4 optic lobes are present, then that condition is said to be as the corpora quadrigemina. 4 optic lobes if they are present, that is said to be as the corpora quadrigemina. In the case of the hind brain, again 3 portions are present. One is the pons varoli, second one is the cerebellum, third one is the medulla oblongata. So definitely in the case of the hind brain, again 3 distinct portions are present. One is the pons varoli, second one is the cerebellum, third one is the medulla oblongata. Cerebellum is also called as little brain. This cerebrum is said to be as the big brain. This is the big brain. Cerebrum is big brain. Cerebellum is little brain. So of all these parts of the brain, largest one is the cerebrum. So it is the big brain. Second largest part of the brain is the cerebellum. So that is said to be as the little brain. Cerebellum is said to be as the little brain because it is the second largest part. Second largest part of the brain is the cerebellum. So that is said to be as the little brain.